Good morning, everyone. Well, I guess it's afternoon now. I guess it could be morning where you are. Anyways, hello. Welcome back to more color thumbnails. Oh my god, they'll never be done. Yada yada yada. I'm so close though. I've almost finished one of the two last scenes that I need to do. Okay, maybe three. So there's this one, and there's, I need to figure out that instruction manual piece that I talked about a couple vlogs ago, and then I need to do the secret pages that I can't film, and I'm gonna do those today. After I'm done recording this, I'm gonna make it happen. We're gonna get these done so that next week I can move on to something else, or at least do corrections. So this is what we're doing, fam. Getting stuff done. Woo. Yeah, and it's just getting easier as these thumbnails go because I've got all my colors figured out. For this, so I finished up this scene, which is Ember and his raccoon pals. I did most of it on the live stream yesterday. This one needed like a little bit of color correction because it's like a nighttime scene. So I took their base colors and I just added like a little bit of blue to all of them to make them like the red's a bit more pink and like the yellow's a bit more gray. And the blues, like some of them are very like bright, like cyan blues, so I turned them down to be a bit more like indigo blues, like had a little purple to them, so they all look a little more nighttimey. I'm sure they'll need a little bit more color correction once I actually get started on the pages, just because I'm not exactly sure how the shadows are going to work. I could always test them here, but man, I've got a deadline. I've got to get this done. So maybe, I mean, like, this is a good start. Like I've been saying with these color thumbnails, this is a really good start because I have a basic understanding of how the colors of these are all going to look. And I've got some decent color palettes down here, and a couple places I played around with the lighting in this particular scene because there's like a fire blazing, so it shows some of the shadows. So for like the initial shot, I don't know if you can see it in this footage because I did it earlier, but in the initial shot I played around with the shadows and how the fire casts everything, and so I have a base idea of it. Hopefully it'll translate when I actually start working on the pages. I mean, the characters have lots of detail on them that I don't have in these, like especially the raccoons, because they all have like the fur patterns, like the mask and the rings on their tails and stuff, but it's just too much effort to add it in at this stage. So I was like, okay, I will figure this out later and just get the broad strokes in. So where I am. So yeah, a lot of detail will probably have to come in later, but man, I hope these aren't rushed because I know that happened a few times with like the last batch of thumbnails when I was actually drawing them out, where I rushed a few of them and then Bones was like, this is messy, go back and fix it. So I'm sure there's going to be pages where that happens, but for the most part I'm pretty happy with these. I think I've gone through them with enough detail that they're going to be fine. But we'll see. Right. So yeah, so I have that night scene where I had to figure out the colors a little bit. I've got this scene that I'm working on right now with Princess Ice and her mother Queen Snow, where I recycled the colors from a previous scene because I sat down and I was like, oh, I don't think I have the colors for this scene. I drew out the room. I have a room design, but I didn't color it. Don't know how I missed that. I guess it was just so many moving pieces, something had to get overlooked. So yeah, so I just borrowed the color palette from the previous scene because I think it fits the tone. I think I might go back and change a few of these panels to make them a little more dramatic, but overall I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So that was nice, so I just grabbed the previous color palette and worked on it again, and now all I need to do is finish up the hidden scene, which I have all the colors for. I just need to sit down and do it, and I need to figure out that storybook, textbook scene where it's like showing the different stuff as Mitzi explains them. So where I actually need to sit down and figure out the color palette, but I'm thinking of doing like, because the base of the pages I want to be kind of sepia tone, and like they're gonna have like blue and gold like gilding along the sides, I guess like detail work. So I'm thinking that the actual like colored panels of like the explainer characters doing stuff, I'm gonna do it maybe to look like a watercolor wash, so maybe more like pastel-y washed out colors instead of really dark rich colors. So maybe then the dark gold and blue of like the frame will create a nice contrast to the inside of the panels and maybe bring focus to them. I'm not sure, I have to test it out, but that's what I'm thinking right now. So we'll see if that works. I hope it does, because that would make my life so much easier if I have a plan and it works. Ooh, woo. But yeah, I'm gonna do that all today. I'm gonna get these done, because, okay, so, like I mentioned in the last vlog, Bones and I went to, Furnal Equinox, which is a furry convention, near us, and through the whole thing, like, we sold a good chunk of 9-point books, which I'm really happy about. That was great. And a lot of people seemed really interested in the concept, which was super exciting. So and just being around, like, other furry comics and, like, seeing a bunch of art and stuff, we were like, we really need to get 9-point out. We want more of it to sell and to show people. And it's just going to be cool once we have it all done. So Bones was like, wow, why aren't these pages done? And I was like, shut up, they take so long. Yeah, so that's how I've been feeling. I'm like, dang, these are taking so long. I really need to hurry it up so that by the next time we head to a convention, we have these books. Though I don't think we'll get them printed at least until the summer, because we have other projects coming up that we want to print. But, like, I really want to get these done. I'm really hoping the pages go quickly. I'm like, I know they're not gonna, because no part of this has gone quickly. And I think part of that is just, like, it's a new process for me. I keep bemoaning, like, how slow these are going, but I think they'll get faster as I go along. It's just, like, the first time I've done this stuff with so much detail, and I think, you know, doing detailed work does take more time, but, like, I think now that I kind of have this process figured out and documented, like, all my struggles, maybe next time I do it, it'll go faster. I mean, the original thing, the first issue did take a long time, I remember, especially because there was so much prep. And my time is always divided because I also have to work on the Magpie, which doesn't take as long to work on, but it's updating, so I need to check in on it more frequently than 9-point. But yeah, but the original one did take a long time, because we did the Kickstarter and I hadn't completed the artwork yet. So it took me, like, God, I think it was like 5 or 6 months of working on the art before it got done. Though I do remember the final pages going really quickly. Yeah. I think it was a similar situation to this, where the prep work took a long time. Luckily, we had most of the prep work done by the time we did the Kickstarter, but the pages went fairly quickly compared to the prep work. So, man, I guess, like, maybe a good strategy for this would be, as I start working on pages, maybe I need to start working on prep work as well, though that might divide my attention even further. It likely would, but, you know, I'd still, like, get ahead on the prep work so that by the time I need to work on issue number 3, the prep work is mostly there. I mean, a bunch of it will already be there, because a lot of these characters and settings I've designed will come back and be recurring in the next few issues. So hopefully, hopefully it'll work, and I will have less prep work to do next time. I mean, the thumbnails, as always, take a long time because there's a lot of thought and a lot of reworking, but all my character and setting design will mostly be done. So hopefully it'll go more quickly as time goes on. Unfortunately, the way 9-point is set up, it's supposed to take, like, a long time to happen. Like, it happens over several years, and you watch the characters grow up. So I'm gonna have to redesign the characters eventually. They all get redesigns at some point. I don't know if they get, I don't think they get it for volume 1, which is gonna be, like, the first few issues all condensed together. I don't know how many issues will be in volume 1. I'd have to ask Bones. But yeah, so there's always going to be lots of design work for 9-point, but it's going to be good, and it's going to be cool. I really like how these pages are turning out, so it's all good. Bones and I went to a furry convention last weekend. It was really fun. We didn't sell a ton. Like, we made table, which is great. That's kind of like the goal when we go to shows. But it was definitely weird. So the last vlog I recorded before I went to the convention, so now I have, like, all the stories from it. But it was weird because in most of the conventions we go to, like anime conventions and comic conventions around our area, we kind of see the same people over and over again, because it's all just, like, a set group of people. Not set, but, like, you know, you have regulars who show up to these shows, who live in the same area and come to all the shows. So we usually see the same people around. But, like, I think I saw maybe one person that I'd seen at previous shows at Furnal Equinox. Like, for the most part, it was, like, brand new vendors, brand new artists that I'd never seen before. And it was really cool. But it was weird because no one at the convention really knew us. That's not true. We had, like, 2, maybe 3 people come up who watched the YouTube channel, which is really cool. I was like, oh my god, hello! So, to you people who met me at Furnal Equinox, hello! Thank you for stopping by. That was really cool to meet you. But other than that, there weren't very many people who knew about 9 or knew about Magpie and Pretty Mouth. It was like brand new. So I think the more we go to these conventions, the more people will recognize us and want to buy our books. And the more people who bought 9 will probably be like, where's issue number 2 the next time we go back? And hopefully we'll have it. But yeah, so there you go. That's really cool. And weird. Yeah, it's definitely weird going to convention and having no one know us. Because for most of the conventions we go to, people know us from Pretty Mouth. Because the first couple years where we only had Pretty Mouth books, we went to like, we hit all the big conventions and we sold tons and tons of Pretty Mouth books. Like we were like crazy hard salespeople. So most people who see us, they're like, oh, I bought Pretty Mouth from you. And then they go and look at our other stuff. Or they just know us. It's whatever. So, but it didn't happen. And it was weird and cool and nice. And it was kind of nice to be unknown and not have very much business, because it let us like get up and talk to people and go to con stuff. The other neat thing about Furnal Equinox is like the dealer's room was really nice, like as in it was set up to be nice to the dealers and the artists, because most conventions you go to, especially the big ones, you're expected to sit at your table for like 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours, which is insane. And that's the whole time the artist alley or the dealer's room will be open. And if you don't have a table partner, like you can't get up and go to the bathroom or go get lunch or anything. So you're kind of stuck there, and it's really tiring and it's inhumane, honestly. But at Furnal Equinox, it was nice because like the convention stuff didn't really start until 10 o'clock in the morning, which was really nice. It's like a little bit of a late start. Usually they start at 9. And then it ended at 6 o'clock. And so it was like an 8-hour shift, which is fairly reasonable, especially when you have a table partner who you can go trade places with and stretch your legs and go to the bathroom and stuff. So we weren't leaving the convention floor at like 9 o'clock at night, where nothing is open to go get dinner, and you're dead tired because you've been working all day. Like we'd leave at 6, we'd go back to our hotel, eat some dinner, and then the convention was still going until late in the night. So we're like, let's go back. Let's go hang out and enjoy the con. It was really fun. We went to the first night we didn't go back to the con. We went to the aquarium because Bones and I love the Toronto aquarium and we love the zoo. So we were like, let's go to the aquarium. It's late at night. There'll be less children. There are still children because it was March break, but there was less of them. And we had a really nice time just walking around the aquarium and looking at sharks and cute little fishies. So we did that the first night, and then the next night we found out there was like an artist meetup at the con, so we went there. I messed up. I spilled a bunch of ink on the carpet, and I felt like such a jerk. I felt so embarrassed and horrible that I spilled my ink. But everyone was really nice, and they all like helped me clean it up. It was really nice. I had a really good time, and I met some cool artists who like were talking about comics and sharing their art, and it was really fun. And it was great. I didn't feel like my soul was being crushed. I actually went out to a con and had a lot of fun. And don't get me wrong, like, even cons that have like the super long artist alley hours are fun because you still get to meet people and meet people who read your stuff and meet other artists, and like I find at those cons I get to enjoy the artist alley because if I have time I'll go up and go around and buy stuff and talk to friends, but like it's rare that we go to a convention where I can go enjoy stuff outside of the artist alley, where I can go to panels or go to events or see shows. So it was really nice. It was really refreshing and fun. Reminded me why I like conventions, because I find the setup for conventions is stressful. So it's really nice when I go to one and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I really, really want to get 9 done, because like we have a pretty good pace of putting out Magpie books, like one every year-ish. We'll see about this year, because the last one came out last spring, so this one will hopefully come out before 2020. That would be a good goal. But I'm pretty close, honestly, at finishing Magpie Volume 3, so I think that'll happen before the end of the year. But I don't know about the pace for the 9 books, because they're smaller books. Like, this issue is like 50 pages, which is half the size of what our Magpie books are. I'd really like to put out more than one a year once I get this ball rolling, but I don't know. There's just so much prep work that goes into it. I don't want to make any promises, but like a really nice goal, if I'm like putting out good vibes into the universe, it would be to do like 2 a year. So it would be the equivalent of like a Magpie book. So we'd be putting out like 100 pages every year if it's like 2 50-page issues. But we'll see. I've got a lot of prep work to do before that can ever happen. And pragmatically, because I'm also working on Magpie, I don't know if it'll work. Maybe once Magpie is finished in a couple years, I'll be able to go hardcore on 9 Point, but we'll see. My process will also probably get cleaned up as I go along and get faster, like I said. But for now, it's probably going to be 1 issue a year. Whatever. That's fine. That's okay. We're kind of... I know our initial goal with 9 Point, because in the past, a lot of our goals for comics was like, just get it out, fix it later, don't worry about it. But with 9 Point, we really wanted to be like, quality comes first. We don't really care when these books come out, but we want the quality to be really nice. So I gotta remember that and not try to rush it. But also rush it a little bit, because I think I hold myself back with worrying about perfection. Still, I gotta find a nice little balance between making it really, really pretty and just getting it done. It's the struggle, right, guys? Man, this has been a busy week. So we did the convention last weekend. We celebrated a little bit during the week. We found out it was Ostara, which is a pagan holiday that just celebrates like the spring equinox. We were like, let's do it. Let's go celebrate and feed some birds. So we went and got a bunch of stuff to put in our bird feeders. And we collected some of the pet hair because lots of birds need fur to line their nests and keep them warm. I think in urban areas, a lot of them will pick up like trash and use it. I mean, like if it's plastic, it'll probably keep the water out of their nests. But like they need that nice, warm, soft stuff. So if you ever have pet fur, put it out in a little bird feeder to give to the birds to build their nests, especially around this time. And we got some eggshells and put them in because birds also need lots of calcium around this time because they've all had their babies and they might be calcium deficient. So putting some eggshells in there really helps them. So we did that. And we had some lovely eggs to eat. Because apparently that's what you do, is you eat eggs and stuff, I guess. I don't know. We did a small amount of research. But we did that. That was really fun. It was a nice little break after working all the time. And we also did a sewing project yesterday. We were like, let's just go down to the local, like, there's like a factory outlet near us that sells like a whole bunch of fabric and knickknacks and like sewing material stuff and craft stuff for like low prices. So we went there and we found some like really cute fabrics, and then we made like some little placemat mats / handkerchiefs / maybe dog bandanas. I don't know. I want to make a dog bandana. But I learned how to use a sewing machine yesterday, so that was cool. And yeah, it's been a really fun week. Oh, we've also been going out for walks a lot because it is now above freezing. And it's been amazing. I've gotten so many steps in, and I feel good. I feel really good. It's been really nice and refreshing. And the dogs have been happy. They've been getting to go outside more. They've just been like sitting out in the yard because it's so nice. Usually like when it's really cold, they just go out, do their business, and come running back. But no, they're just like hanging out, you know, enjoying the fresh air. It's really nice. So yeah, things are good. I'm gonna finish these heckin' thumbnails, and next week I might come back with corrections, or I might come back with pencils. Who knows? It's a mystery. Stay tuned. Also next week is our 24-hour live stream. Oh dang, I forgot. Yeah, so next week is our 24-hour live stream. It'll be on Saturday, March 30th, probably early in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. And then it'll go for 24 hours, and Bones and I are going to make 24 comic pages from scratch. We're not going to do any planning beforehand, so if you show up really early, you get to watch us plan things, and you get to see Bones write the script as I work on designs, and then we're going to make 24 pages, and I'm scared, and it's all going to be live streamed here on YouTube. Yeah, I hope to see you there, and you can watch us slowly lose our minds and die. So yeah, so that'll be next weekend. I can't remember if I'm going to put out a vlog. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. Can't remember what I wrote down on the schedule. Either way, I will talk to you next weekend, I guess, or on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.